It's important to know thyself when it comes to being a good speaker because it's hard to deliver a good speech if you don't know who you are. When talking about yourself, it's very important to remember that your audience wants to like your speech and find you interesting. It's a massive mistake to be apologetic in a speech. This book has stated 3 times, act confident. Even behaving as if you don't believe you deserve to be at the podium is setting yourself up for failure. When giving a speech, it's important to be genuine. However, it is equally important to remember that all audiences are different and should be talked to differently. Eye contact and optical body language is an incredibly important tool in public speaking used to convey emotion and connect with the audience. The number 3 is the magic number of public speaking. Anything more than that is higher mathematics. The most important thing I learned in this chapter was about how much goes into public speaking that one would think has nothing to do with talking. Outfit, eye contact, honesty, optical body language, and clothing all has a massive role in public speaking that prior to this chapter I knew very little about. In future speeches, I will definitely take advantage of using optical body language, eye contact with the audience, to read how they are taking it. Easy to understand organization and careful movement on stage to improve my future speeches as well. Chapter 3 questions. It talked about the study of fear and how situation doesn't matter. It's how someone reacts to the situation. The fear of public speaking, fear of self, reflection from the past, over concern about what others think, poor preparation, lack of courage to try new things, lack of encouragement from others. How to combat it. Recognize that others gave the same fears. Try to analyze why you fear. Find a compulsion to speak. Be prepared. Take a course. Actually doing it. Talk on only a subject that you know well. Humans have a fight or flight response that the brain doesn't differentiate between a mammoth and the weekly meeting of the PTA. Fight or flight causes the side effects of pupils dilating, digestive systems shut down, powerful inhibition of the vocal cords, and facial muscles freeze up. 4 steps for conquering fear. Reinforcing enthusiasm. Tell friends, set aside time, make it easy to move forward, make it difficult to retreat. Know what you're talking about. Have confidence in speaking. Desire, knowledge, and confidence. Actions. Under our control. Actions are under our control. Regulating feelings is not under our control. The most important step is to practice, practice, practice. Moments of prevention. Remind yourself that you're prepared. Promise to relinquish judgment. Observe your own talk. Do not let audience reactions influence you. How to get through a dry spell. Find out what we are doing, why we are doing it, what needs to change to get the best result. When facing discouragement, remember, discouragement is often a form of self-pity. Whenever it happens, there is an opportunity for growth, maturity, and future success. It should also be kept in perspective. Make yourself ready to enjoy the presentation you're about to give. The biggest failures of history are Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Leonardo da Vinci, Edwin Land, the inventor of the Polaroid camera, Joe Paterno, and Stephen King. The most important thing I learned in this chapter is that nervousness is actually a good thing because it heightens your senses and makes your brain work faster. In the future, I can use the technique to remember to act confident and sure of myself, to practice, 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 and don't be afraid to make mistakes. End of chapter reflections, chapter 4. People should be wary of anybody who takes himself too seriously, because it is suspicious. Humor must be used carefully. Unnecessary humor can take away from the main point, distract the audience, and make it awkward if not implemented well. Humor is completely subjective, hard to argue, and applicable to any speech, as well as a valuable tool in the public speaking arsenal. Even if you don't think you're funny, you can still add humor to your speech. People need to laugh. This is why a talent for being funny is not necessary. It's important to communicate that something is okay to be laughed at. If a funny joke is unexpected, the audience may not know what to do. Ask yourself why you're adding the joke anytime when adding something funny to your speech. Don't try to tie in a story to your speech that if it's too unrelated, even if it's really funny. When making jokes about people, never be mean-spirited, act playful, Don't make fun of things that people can't control, unless it's a joke about you.